Come on, game of the day. Jordan Love and the Packers, Caleb Williams and the Bears. This one lived up in every way. Second quarter scoreless, not for long. Dan, Christian Watson has emerged.
Outstanding job in protection. Jordan Love the fadeaway. 3rd and 10. You get all-out pressure with coverage. I love the air to allow Watson to go chase it down. Greeny, you're right. He's become a number one.
And then final minute of the half, Nick, a mix-up by the Bears in the secondary here leaves Bo Melton open.
It's the thing I love the most about the Packers is they don't care about your first down marker. If they're going to throw the ball, they're going for chunks.
Packers up 14-3. Caleb Williams struggled in that first half, but then he came around. Dan, how many quarterbacks in the world can make this play?
Yeah, there's not a ton. I mean, he made some athletic plays on the move yesterday. They were sensational. Getting away from the pressure, but the throw over the top to Loveland is just sensational.
And then this is on a first down, this touchdown play.
Yeah, aggressive, trust yourself, trust your talent. I think that ball comes from his knees, the underhand flip, and it's just outstanding ball placement to Zacchaeus for a touchdown.
Mahomes and Allen. You asked how many? Those are the only other two.
They go for the two, they get it. So it's 14-11. Packers coming right back. Here's Watson. They're not going to get him.
Yeah, ownership of the line of scrimmage. Jordan Love changes the route. They kind of fake a little screen. Christian Watson, ever since he's come back, it's completely changed this offense.
21-14. We're in the fourth quarter now. 3rd and 8. Luther Burden is emerging. What a good combination they're going to be.
A steal in the draft. He looked like the most athletic player next to Christian Watson many times on the field.
And then, Dan, you love this play.
I love the play call. Just the 3rd and goal. You're right there. Run it, run it, run it. No little ball fake. Easy, wide open touchdown. An unbelievable drive by the Bears.
17-play drive. But then Josh Jacobs.
How good is Josh Jacobs?
Physical.
How many backs are making that run? This is Jahmyr Gibbs. This is Christian McCaffrey. An unbelievable run by Jacobs.
D. Wood, how about the physicality from Jacobs down by the goal line?
It was so critical again after that 17-play drive by the Bears. The Green Bay Packers said, if you can do it, we can do it better.
They just shove it down their throat. So now it's 28-21, 3 minutes to go. Bears, last minutes. Here's another spectacular play.
Yeah, outside of the pocket, once again, I love how he keeps the play alive. And just this hip, kind of flip of the hips, peeking to his left, sidearm to Duvernay, just a ridiculous throw.
But it all comes down to this. They had a 3rd and 1. They didn't get anything. So now on a 4th and 1 from the 14 for the ball game. Dan, it was there to be made.
Ben Johnson became the one thing I never thought Ben Johnson could be, predictable. The Packers called timeout before this. They absolutely anticipated this play call. Caleb was a blink late, but I give credit to Nixon for the recovery.
That's how it ends. What an unbelievable football game that was to watch in the second half. The best news of all, this rivalry is back. Those coaches don't like each other. You saw it there. When Aaron Rodgers left Green Bay, he must have signed the deed of his ownership away to Matt LaFleur because the Packers head coach is now 12-1 in his tenure against Chicago, 6-1 at Lambeau, 6-0 at Soldier Field, where these teams will play again in 12 days. Here's Jordan Love on how much it meant to win this game for his coach.
Yeah, I mean, it meant a lot to everybody. But, obviously, we've all known the comments that were out there, so it is what it is. But, this is a game that means a lot to everybody. It's an NFC North matchup. Obviously, Bears are number 1 seed. So it's a huge game. And like I said, we'll see these guys here in a couple weeks again.
Put your feet up. We got a lot of time and we got a lot to dive into. D. Wood, what's your number 1 takeaway from Bears-Packers?
I watched the prize fight yesterday. It felt like I was watching something big in that game.
Yeah.
Two opponents, they were both throwing body blows. We saw the Packers come out. Jordan Love was just spectacular early on in that game. Then you come in the second half where you see it right here in this play right here. I mean, just look at it. Look at the accuracy, the ball placement by Jordan Love, play after play, pass after pass in this game. And then obviously Josh Jacobs with the physicality that he brought to the table, particularly in the second half. But then we saw in the second half, the Bears and their rushing attack came alive. And as their rushing attack came alive in the second half, guess who also came alive? Caleb Williams came alive and started making plays. So it literally came down to the last play of the game. And I just said to myself, I can't wait to watch this game in 2 weeks.
Saturday night prime time, a week from Saturday, these teams will play again in Chicago. Let's start with the Packers side of it. Jordan Love, he tends to come on in the second halves of seasons. Right now, he's playing as well as any quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, the reason when they win the football game is because the Packers have Jordan Love. He was exceptional. I mean, the ownership of the line of scrimmage, the information that he gets, the ways that he changes things, big-time throws down the field. You go early on in the one-on-one, Christian Watson changes the protection, gets it blocked up, and he drifts to find Christian Watson. Then the ball right before the half, This is exceptional to see that blown coverage essentially, or you take advantage of it. Ball down the field. He changes again to Christian Watson for his one-on-one touchdown. The second thing is Christian Watson's become a number one. Yeah. We could talk about Pickens being great this year. We could talk about Jackson Smith and Jigba, Puka. Christian Watson, ever since he's come back, he's become a number one wide receiver. I'm not putting him in that class just yet, but he's revolutionized their offense. Jordan Love, I said going Friday, I said Jordan Love's got a chance to play himself into the MVP conversation. Yes, Matthew Stafford and Drake May are at the top right now. Jordan Love, after this weekend, absolutely has played himself into the MVP conversation.
Well, they needed a number one wide receiver to step up with Tucker Kraft being gone. I think that's what Christian Watson has done, because when they lost Tucker Kraft, that transformed the offense. And I love what the Packers did. And Matt LaFleur.
Yes.
If we think about this a month ago.
Yeah, what was it? A month ago, what was happening?
A month ago, people were talking about whether or not he was safe, whether or not they should keep Matt LaFleur. He's being questioned after a Monday night loss.
Idiots.
Well, hold on. So now, a month later, we have not only Matt LaFleur as the number one seed, but the other guy that was under fire last week, and we'll get to this later in the show, Mike Tomlin, all the fans in Pittsburgh calling for him to be fired. He's got the Steelers in first place in the AFC North. So two coaches under extreme heat, both doing okay.
It's a slight different situation between what we're looking at the Steelers and what we're looking at with the Packers. The Packers right now, because of Jordan Love and because of their aggressiveness down the field, and Jordan Love's ability to throw off his back foot and have that receiver where you can trust and throw it up, that team to me feels like they're at the top of the NFC. It feels like there are two teams, the Rams and the Packers. Forget the NFC, the whole NFL. They have separated themselves, in my eyes, as like true teams that look like championship teams. There are other teams that might win it, but those are the only teams that when I turn on the TV, I'm like, man, they got the pass rushers, they got the defense, they got the quarterback, and they got playmakers at receiver.
I think if you're Green Bay and you're watching that game, you're seeing how good Jordan Love is at throwing the ball downfield. And that was a complaint early on in the season of, why is every ball 3 yards down the field? So Watson, Jaden Reed being back was great. You also have to credit Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs kind of gets lost in the how good are you running back world. He had some runs yesterday that were so good that you sit there and go, that's small. This is 3rd and 2. It means he's contacted 2 or 3 times behind the line of scrimmage, and then Byard gets him and he goes for another 10 yards. The game-winning run, the challenge is we're going to try to get you as a defensive back to tackle our back, and we think our back, just his physical presence was such a big deal.
The point about that I think is so important is we spend a lot of time analyzing like scheme and how impressive the quarterback. You need guys that can save you from
my guy better than your guy.
Yeah, and it reminds me like Ezekiel Elliott would do this often, where it's like it's supposed to be a 2-yard run, but he turns into an 8-yard run, and then we don't show the highlight. We don't talk about it. But that play is a big play in that game. It was that one and the touchdown run where you're like, it's not about the scheme, it's not about the quarterback. Everybody can take a rest on offense. Don't worry about it. We got a guy that can beat 2 guys in the backfield and make
big deal.
But you know what? What makes that Josh Jacobs run so special? It's because he was coming off of that 17-play Bears drive where they were physical and running the ball down the field. That's what made it so special.
And it would have been 4th down if he got tackled right there, but instead it leads to scoring drive.
The flip side of it, so the Packers, for the moment, claim first place in the NFC North. Again, these teams play again in 12 days in Chicago. For me, and the numbers tell one story and your eyes tell another. The numbers are going to say that Caleb Williams didn't have a great game, that he was inaccurate, particularly in that first half. He obviously really struggled. In the second half, I thought he made plays that no other quarterback in the league makes. I view Caleb Williams as a rookie quarterback on a ridiculous ascension. He made some plays yesterday that were jaw-dropping. He misses at the very end, and obviously the team winds up losing the game. I emerge feeling great about Caleb Williams from that game. How do you emerge?
I don't emerge feeling great. I still think there's misses. I mean, if you go to the early down success, it's still a problem. Now, does he make plays athletically? Absolutely. Is there a keeper game where they go run fake and get him out on the perimeter really good? Absolutely. But there's still early down misses that hinder their football team. I'm not blaming this loss on Caleb. I look at it and go, this was the most explosive run game in the NFL. They led the NFL in 10-plus yard runs. Guess how many they had yesterday? 0.
Right.
That's why the game ends or comes out the way it comes out. But I still think if you're Chicago and you're looking at your pass game, you're going, I like our play action game. I like our bootleg game. The drop back game is still not good enough. And Greeny, I got 5 or 6 misses for Caleb Williams. You go, I got to get those out of your game right now. So, yes, athletically making plays for sure. But there's still too many misses.
Just watching that game, I go back to the point that you made in our production meeting. He looked like Josh Allen before Josh Allen.
He does.
Like, you see all of the traits that Caleb Williams has, the arm, the escapability, the big play potential. I think it's only a matter of time before the Chicago Bears harness all of which is Caleb Williams.
Well, how did you describe it, Nick? It's like on a scale.
Yeah, I said on the evolutionary chart, he's like Josh Allen in the middle portion. He's not when Josh Allen first got in the league and he was turning the ball over. It's where he was like, oh, we see it. The problem with that is no one's ever taken it from that, oh, we see it, to greatness other than Josh Allen. No one else has ever done that. So when you see Caleb, to your point, you even like shot Caleb some bail on that interception at the end. That was a bad throw by Caleb. Get rid of those inaccuracies in your game the way that he would need to elevate to that level.
Get in, Schefter.
You said it was a heavyweight fight.
Yep.
And if it was, then the Bears went toe-to-toe.
They did.
With the Green Bay Packers, who are now the number one seed, right there with the Rams. So the Chicago Bears had a tough day. They didn't win the game. They go from the number 1 seed to the number 7 seed, just like that. But I also thought they made a statement. They almost won in Green Bay.
Yeah, that's right.
They get the Packers on Saturday night, December 20th, and with the way the playoff seedings are right now, it's not inconceivable that these two teams could meet a third time again this season. I got no problems if Ben Johnson and Matt LaFleur want to try to shake hands 2 more times this season. No problem.
Final word, Danny.
I have a problem with the end of the game and the play call. I sit there and I go, Ben Johnson.
Fine. So you didn't like the play call, but they showed that they could play with them.
Oh, there's no doubt. But
stop it, Dan. I knew that we were going to fight at some point today. I didn't realize it was going to be in the A.
You don't find that play call to be predictable?
The play call was fine. The man was opening it back in the end zone, and Caleb, who's capable of dropping a dime on the run, underthrows the ball for Keyshawn Nixon to make the interception. Watch this play. You can't blame the play call. He's wide open, Dan.
No. All right, we're going to get into this. I completely disagree with that. We got to go to break? We have to go to commercial?
No, forget the break.
No. I totally disagree. Green Bay calls timeout before this play. They had a very high indication.
Was he open, Dan?
No.
What?
I mean, he's open at some point, but not in a realistic
That's all
point.
you need.
And everyone's
you don't
like,
need to be
dump
open
it
the whole
to DJ.
time.
No. I disagree. I disagree. Green Bay calls timeout. They have every indication that is one of the likely play calls. They did it before earlier in the game. They did it in the same situation against Philly. I love Ben Johnson. He's absolutely sensational. I promise you he regrets it.
We're going to fight about this later. In American football history came to an end. Mahomes and the Chiefs taking on the Texans second quarter. Chiefs already down 10-0. And what do we say about tips and overthrows?
Gotta get those.
Don't throw the ball against a great defense over the middle late.
Patrick Mahomes.
He tipped it and intercepted.
He's a freak.
Mahomes scoreless in the first half of a home game for the first time in his NFL career. Now down 10-0 in the third. Desperation time. Mahomes. Hollywood Brown is down there. Chiefs getting in striking distance. They're still fighting. Dan, it comes to a 4th and 1, and Kareem Hunt is going to punch it in.
Yeah, nice job by Kareem Hunt. I'm shocked that they handed the ball off in this situation. The kind of reverse ball. Good job by Hunt, just physical presence. This was a must score. They get it done.
Now they get the ball back again at their own 31, 4th and 1. They go for it. Neek, was this the right decision?
Yeah, I thought so. I understand there's a difference when your defense is playing well, but they were hanging on by their teeth on defense. They had to change the momentum. I like this with your best quarterback making the decision. It just didn't work out.
Speaking of hanging on, none of their receivers seemed to be able to do that last night. That's Rashid Rice with just a blatant drop on a critical play. Now we go the other way. I'll tell you what, C.J. Stroud is playing well, Dan.
Granny, the last 2 or 3 games since he's come back, his ability to navigate the pocket, get away from pressure, sometimes move outside and make
he made like 4 conversions on like tight windows like that. It was
and on like 3rd down that kept drives alive was huge.
And that sets up Agumbawale from the 5. Texans go up 17-10. 6 minutes to go. Chiefs 4th and 4 at their own 41. Another one, Dan, that should be caught?
Yeah, absolutely. There's 4 drops last night, and the 4 drops last night were just critical situations. 3rd down in the second half, 4th down in the second half. It has plagued this team for feels like years, and again last night.
One more drop for good measure, and this one from old reliable Travis Kelce. Look at this.
Yeah, it's shocking to see. It's this team has 21 drops this year. That's 3rd in the NFL. They're down a touchdown here, still in the game, and it becomes a turnover, basically seals the loss.
Texans go on to win it by a score of 20-10. Kansas City had to have that game last night, and instead, they statistically got one of the worst games of Mahomes' career. Now, I think we showed you not all of it was his fault, but at the end of the day, his completion percentage was 42% last night. He had his first ever 0 touchdown, 3 interception game. They scored just 10 points. For Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, it looks done.
We've been close all season. I mean, that at the end of the day, you got to go out there and make it happen. We got the talent, we got the heart, but we have to go out there and execute it. And until we prove it, we'll come away with losses. So I mean, like I said, I know we're going to give everything we have. We'll give ourselves a chance and see what happens.
All right, so the question is, what do we say about the Kansas City Chiefs this morning, Damien Woody?
Greeny, I'm here to tell you.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Stick a fork in the Chiefs. They are done. The version of the dynasty is over. Yeah. It's been a hell of a run, but the Chiefs have been playing with fire now for about 2 or 3 years. They have. We've been in this studio countless times, talk about some of the, the Chiefs team, they don't look right. They've pulled out squeakers and all those type of things, and it's come to a head this year where guys aren't making plays, and plays that are there to be made, they're just not making them. They're not good enough.
To Wood's point, it feels like for 2 years we've said, yeah, but they're self-inflicted wounds. And this year it's caught up to them. If you go last night, 1, it's a team letting a quarterback down with drops. And then 2, the best player on the planet missing touchdowns. This is early in the game. You get a short motion. Now it starts with the tight end up top. We block, and what we're doing is trying to hold that corner down to that side of the field. Now watch the top left corner of the screen. There's a lot of green space. That safety back on that hash, Patrick's peeking to the bottom of the screen. If he throws that ball, that's a touchdown because of Hollywood Brown's speed, but it leads to a sack. This is the start to second half, a little bit of half roll. You're going to get a shot to Hollywood Brown. Now this is going to be a completion. Once again, we pull the backside corner down with the tight end. But Patrick Mahomes, you're the best player on the planet. A better throw? This is a touchdown. Now it ends up being a 30 to 40-yard gain. That's great, but that's a touchdown with a better throw. This is the one where you really regret. Again, a half roll. You're going to take a shot. Take the middle safety with the post route. Let's launch this ball to Thornton. Yeah. He wins by 2 or 3 yards. You're the best player on the planet. Make this throw. It ends up being a half a step behind them. The corner comes back to make a throw or a PBU. Those are 3 touchdowns. Yeah. When you're playing a great defense, I'm not putting those at all on Patrick. Patrick missed some touchdowns. They dropped huge plays. You're playing a great defense. You only get so many opportunities. Yep. You have to hit on them.
That was the one weakness that it seemed like that they thought they had against that Texas defense was that nub side. We're going to attack deep shots on the nub side. They made it work a couple times, but you're right. You can't miss those opportunities. And those drops, they come up. They seem to happen a little bit more often when you're getting rocked. Yeah. And as much as, again, I hate to go back on this point, but as much as we focus on scheme and players and all this other stuff, sometimes football is just about physicality.
21 drops this year for the Chiefs. 21. They had 4 last night.
That'll kill you, especially when you're going up against a team like this. This defense isn't going to give you many opportunities.
They also dropped a few offensive linemen.
Yeah.
And that was a big deal, too, because Josh Simmons, their first-round pick, was on IR. Trey Smith and Juwan Taylor didn't play. And then, literally on the first series, they lose Wanye Morris, another offensive tackle. So they were literally playing with an undrafted free agent at left tackle. So let me just say this, though. A moment of respect for what they've done.
Right.
Yeah.
A moment of respect. 9 straight AFC West titles. The only time we've ever seen a team do that is the New England Patriots. That run is over. The AFC West will have a new division champion for the first time since 2015.
It might be a blessing, too.